It's Monday Moments with PKs. I can't believe this is another Monday. Feels like Monday keeps coming rather quickly.
Facts.
What's up with that?
What's
Hey,
up?
y'all, it's Monday Moments with PKs. Hope all is well with everyone. Everyone had a good weekend. Um, y'all know what to do when y'all come in here. Let us know who you are, where you're from, how you doing, how your mom and them doing, what's been going on, all of that. Okay. Jess, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I got to spend time with friends from high school and then friends from church and
Nice.
then church and then I'm tired, as y'all can see. So,
Church and then church
church and then
and
church.
then church some more
Church some more. Now
and
I'm
then we
tired.
tired.
But I'm good
Okay.
though. I'm good.
Good. You had a good weekend on overall.
Overall, it was a good weekend. Great weekend.
It was hot as the dickens out here.
It was.
I was not ready at all for the heat. Like at all, at all. And it was hot. Like hot so much that I was sweating and I don't like to sweat at all. I
Understood.
don't like to
Neither
sweat.
do I.
But it was most definitely hot. Um but enjoyable, right?
Right.
Enjoyable. What
Uh,
else has been going on with you, Jess? I'm trying to get the login for this so I can post it. But what else has been going on with you?
just morning nuggets. Doing my morning nuggets, and I had to. Um, then I was grateful that was able to get on time. So God is good.
That's good. What was some of
um,
your morning nuggets this
I
week?
talked about we are doing a series on the fruit of the spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and we were on gentleness and
Come on,
how.
gentleness.
Yeah, we must be harmless as a dove, but wise as a serpent. And how,
Come on.
of course, we have to live this life if we want to exude Jesus Christ and live like Jesus. This is one of the fruit. This is one of the pieces of the fruit of the spirit that we have to exude is gentleness.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one it will be, I think it's temperance or meekness or something like that, somewhere around there. So, y'all pray for me as I study and as I do what the Lord has told me to do. And so, yeah, it's just going to be amazing. We're
All right.
almost done with the fruit of the spirit. So,
I about to say you almost done with your morning nuggets?
no, no,
Or
no, no.
no? Okay, okay.
It's like I'm doing a series of the fruit of the spirit. So,
Gotcha.
we're
Gotcha.
almost
Gotcha.
done with
Gotcha.
that.
Gotcha.
We're almost done with the fruit of the spirit. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
It's really good. Okay.
Yeah. Catch me
Ugh.
on Facebook Live, y'all.
Facebook Live every Saturday.
Every Saturday morning, 7
Okay.
a.m.
Okay.
Mountain
Ev-
Standard
Look, just already know, but I gotta catch the replay because
Time. Every day. Every time. It's okay. I was
I
thinking
don't
about
be
changing the time,
up.
but I don't know yet.
Huh?
I was thinking about changing the time, but I don't know yet.
No, don't change the time.
Okay.
Yeah, don't change the time. Because when I catch it, like you have people that are like on there
Mm-hmm.
at 7 a.m. Like I sometimes don't understand it, but they're early risers
Yes. Yes. Some people are on
on
there
a Saturday morning.
on a Saturday morning. A lot of people, what my good friend told me was that if you are good PR, that you post 7 a.m., 12, and then 7:30, between 7:30 and 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 7:30, somewhere
Those are
around there.
central times. Yes, absolutely.
So that you can, catch whatever new
Absolutely.
there. So, because a lot of people are on there in the morning time. They catch them
Yeah.
in the morning time. They're on their lunch break at 12, and then they come home, and then guess what? They're on trying to figure out what's going on in the world at
Right.
between 6 and 7
Right.
at night. So yeah, so it's just I try to catch it in the morning time, and then it'll It'll be going on news all the way through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So yes, it's good. Her morning nuggets
yeah,
with Jess, morning nuggets with Jess, always good. Catch the replay. I got to sometimes go back and um write down scriptures and all of that. So I'll watch it through and then go back and rewatch it because you miss stuff. You miss stuff
it's all
sometimes. You miss
good.
stuff.
All good.
So yeah. So as we know, excuse me, I am definitely listening to what Jess is saying. I'm definitely paying attention. I was just making sure our linked work for YouTube. So that's why I've been
It's all
looking
good.
down at. I'm like, I'm not looking at no TV show. I'm just trying to
It's
make
okay.
sure the link is working, y'all. Trying to make sure the link is working. Um, so we started our series with courageous conversations. And so we are have we want to talk about some things that are people don't normally want to talk about in general, but definitely, PKs. We've never been afforded opportunities. Some of us have never been afforded opportunities to talk about like hard stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so thanks to Jess, she gave this great idea to start courageous conversations with our fellow PKs. So we have our first PK, who I'm not gonna say how long I've been knowing her, but just before makeup and a short haircut. And that's all y'all need to know. Praise God. And she has seen me in every phase of life. That would be off. That's for like the subscribers, as they say. See, now we're gonna need a Patreon so y'all can know the scoop. No, but this has been my friend and my sister for a long time, long time, long time. And she's doing some great things in out here in Colorado, the Denver metro area. She has her own nonprofit organization. She's a singer, entrepreneur, hairstylist, pageant queen, all these things she is.
Many hats. Many hats.
Many hats she wears, and she has been a PK for at least 3 years. I'm not going to tell you her age either. So at least 3 years. So it's none other than our good friend, my sister, Miss Doretta Toodle. Yes. Hey, hey, hey. It's
Hello.
Toodle. How
How you
are
doing
ya?
today? I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Good.
Good, good,
You
good.
Amazing.
survived. You survived this Monday.
I did, and I agree with you. It was hot. And you know I don't like the heat.
Hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like Southern heat hot. Okay.
Agree.
And
Agree
I'm just not used to none of this in Colorado.
there.
None of it. None of it I'm used to. Well, Tudo, is this your first time
No, I was on probably like 3 years ago. Maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been? 4 years, maybe?
on? Yeah.
Yeah, I think about 4 years. Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was on with
Welcome
Rhonda,
back.
Rhonda Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Sure was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You sure were. Oh my God. Well, welcome back. You're back again.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. Doretta keeps it 100% real
Mm-hmm.
at all times.
Ma'am.
100% real at all times. There is like nothing fake going on with her, honey. What comes up comes out. Praise the Lord. Okay. So she's been a PK. We can get into that for quite some time. So Toodle, sorry, I call her Toodle. Doretta,
Yes.
tell us about your story, your PK journey.
Oh my goodness. Whew. Well, it started actually. My mom was called into ministry during a time where um, you never even thought or heard of a woman in ministry. So that
Hmm.
was actually back in the early 80s.
Oh wow.
When she accepted her call, we were attending Union Baptist Church.
Hmm.
And at that time, Pastor Bowman was not accepting of her call. So
Gotcha.
I kept trying, I was like, what is going on? I just noticed we hadn't been in church. And I was like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And so, as a child, you don't really know. And I really need to have those conversations with her now, too, to kind of find out like what was going on during that time.
Yeah.
Was she trying to find a ministry that would accept her? Was she sure of her calling? Was she
Yeah.
questioning her call? Just all kinds of things. But I just remember us being separated from church for a little bit. And then we finally found a small church. The name of it was Freedom Baptist, and he accepted
Mm-hmm.
her woman. So that's when and I think around that time, I might have been about, maybe by that time, about 10 or 11.
Oh wow.
And I'm now 53. So, yeah, I've been a PK that long. I've been a PK that long.
Jeez.
So,
Jeez.
but during that journey, I watched mom. I watched her stand regardless. It
Yeah.
was hard during that time because many men were not accepting of her. And a lot of times as a child, a lot of adults don't understand that children see. They don't think we understand, but we see. Okay. And so
Correct.
from what I saw, really had to take me, I had to actually go on a healing journey when I got older.
Uh-oh.
Anger, anger
Yeah.
towards a lot of these pastors, these ministers that I saw how they treated her, how they would not
Mm-hmm.
treat her. Yeah. And so I remember that as a child and coming up when I got of age, it was not a good thing to see some of them. And so, yeah, that's been the hardest journey right now for me. Um,
Yeah.
but knowing that I do have to pray for them and move forward. I mean,
Yeah.
of course I'm over it now, but I had to pray my way through it.
Absolutely. So what are some things like you saw? Because I know we all have our
Hmm.
own personal stories of like, members. For me, it's like those people who had their mouth on my mom and my daddy and did
Ooh,
them wrong. And I know the
yeah,
details. I'd be like, praise the Lord. It's a daily prayer. Okay.
yeah,
Um, and then don't try and come in my face and pretend like, you didn't say nothing
hmm,
and do my parents wrong. So
yeah.
what are some things like that you saw, your mom go through um that had to that put you on this healing journey?
I saw, many churches we would go to, if they accepted her there, even if they accepted her there, they wouldn't let her come in the pulpit with them. So she
Mm.
would have to sit on the front seat down in the front of the church. They
What?
also give her a little podium down there at the bottom. So she couldn't even preach in the pulpit. She had to preach on look like a little music stand podium or whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's where she would preach at. Most memorable for me, Tasha, and you might remember this, is when we were doing her pastoral anniversary. And I think we
Yeah.
were at year number 10, and we had invited,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mind saying his name, Pastor Gregory Johnson
Mm-hmm.
from Union Baptist.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually had separated from Union Baptist, so he had built his own or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Accepted, actually accepted to come and speak and bring Union to her anniversary. And
Mm-hmm.
the day before, said he wasn't showing up.
Wow.
It was on that Saturday, and so I remember calling you,
Mm-hmm.
basically calling Dad,
Was
and
it
he,
Pastor Jeff? Did you?
no, Pastor Gregory Johnson.
No, no, no. But didn't
You
you
mean
call
that?
Pastor Jeff too?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
did. Yep. And so we had to figure out something before Sunday because this
Yeah.
happened Saturday. But we packed the church out with everybody that cared and
Mm-hmm.
her. So we did have Pastor Jeff there. We had Ennis Care there. I can't
Mm-hmm.
even remember, but we had so many
It was a
pastors.
good time.
Yes. And so I can just remember seeing him at a funeral
Oh.
about 3 weeks later.
Oh
And,
wow.
and that's when I wasn't healed.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really good for me and for him. But I just feel like, a lot of times with these pastors, they are so stuck in tradition.
Mm.
Mm.
Then also they're not doing the job.
Mm.
So if you're not doing the job, guess what? He's gonna call someone that will do the job.
Right.
So
Right.
he called Thelma Sidbury. He called the right one because
Yeah.
she's good. She is the first African American woman pastor in Denver, Colorado, and she's
Mm-hmm.
been recognized for that from the mayor. at that time.
Nice.
So she's been recognized for that. And let me take that back. She was the first African American Baptist female pastor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Nice.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
I think, we all go on our healing journeys, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer than
Hmm.
others, especially as
It does.
PKs.
Hmm. It does because you carry around. I mean, we already have an expectation anyway. There's already an expectation put on us by not just our parents, but also the world, the people
Right.
who surround us outside of, every day. So it's like
Right.
those expectations, people don't even understand. They just don't
Mm-hmm.
even understand. So,
Yeah. What
um,
are some expectations that, people had for you as a PK?
I mean, I feel like they still have them now. I go to
Ooh.
karaoke. When I walk into karaoke, there goes the church woman. So
Are you serious?
yeah, she gonna sing us into church. You know what I mean? It's like that's the expectation. It's like
Yeah,
it's a good expectations
it
at times,
is.
because, but it also is an expectation that sometimes when you're not perfect, it
Mm,
can become a problem. You
Yeah,
know, and that's one of the things that people don't understand is that we are not perfect.
right.
right,
I've
right.
been through a lot in life, that I can tell you a lot about me not being perfect. But
Mm-hmm.
I thank God though that obviously He preserved me like jelly because
Right.
obviously people still feel and still have that expectation of me.
Yeah,
So at times
yeah.
I gotta make sure that I am. I always tell my boys keep my nose clean at all times.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were talking about expectations last week on
Hmm.
here, and one of the myths about being a PK is that we're perfect or we need to be perfect, and how people in the congregation, they have this, it's the unspoken yet spoken expectation of PKs. And
Yeah.
even in our young age, you said you were like 10 when mom became pastor, and it's like, no, you an example for the rest of the youth and the young people. And you're just like, I'm 10 years old, what do you mean be an example? Like, and
Hmm.
my rebuttal, you already know how
Oh
I'm
yeah,
set up, but you be an example, you a grown person, you be an example,
but it's
um,
stressful in a way.
yes,
It's
very
stressful.
stressful.
As I got older, I became so dependent on, to be there at this,
Hmm.
be at church. It got so stressful that I had to leave for a minute.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest part for me is because the expectation was I was going to be there until, but I needed some time
Hmm.
to adjust and I needed some time to be fed.
Hmm.
Mm,
During that time,
That's a big
I
one.
left for a little bit and then I came back. But yeah, even the expectations from them is so it's hard.
Yeah.
And I don't even
right.
think for a minute some parents step back to try and create an understanding of what we
Mm.
might be going through,
Mhm.
as the child.
Yeah.
I know my mom, she never did until after I took some time away. She understood
Hmm.
that. But yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. Just what you got.
I have a
You know,
question.
I've been talking, I can talk all the time. So
I have a question.
Mhm.
Did you have courageous conversations with the people that hurt you, or did was there conversations to be had about like um about being the PK, about like just basically is was there courageous conversations with them about them hurting you, and did they even say like, oh, I understand now?
hmm
Or I mean I know that you probably were expecting an apology or anything like that, but what was the conversation? I mean, if you don't want to share, if that's too personal, let me know, because I know
No, I honestly, I hadn't had any conversations because see, I was in the era, and I know this sounds like I'm old, but my mom is 94 years old, getting ready to be 95.
hmm
So I'm in the era of most of those pastors and preachers were, what is that? Are they baby boomers? Or what are
Boomers.
Yeah, and I've been reading up on them. And so a lot of times with baby boomers, it's very hard to have conversations with that generation
Yeah.
because they're so stuck on tradition and
Hmm.
the way things, in their opinion, should be. There
Yeah.
it's really hard to have conversations with people in that, just in that age bracket.
Age bracket, yeah.
I never really had any conversations. Now, my mom, I was able to have a conversation with her regarding the expectations and all that kind of stuff. But and it was hard at first with her, but it got easier as she understood. One thing about her is that she always was understanding of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't gonna have anything in the church, but she still was understanding of reaching and who we needed to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
she was always open to different things. But no, I never had any courageous conversations with
Okay.
any, um, because I don't think that they're just at that. I don't think they're at that. I don't think they're. I just don't think I get a response uh,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
from them.
There wouldn't be any understanding.
No,
Right.
exactly. That's
No,
what it
Yeah,
is.
there
they
wouldn't
were
be
stuck
any
in their
understanding. Yeah.
they were stuck in their ways, and I understand that. That's, I mean, I pray that a lot of, not saying that, it's just hard to even stir up the courage to even talk to somebody or
Yeah.
talk to somebody in authority, even though, yeah, us as PKs respect authority and respect,
Mhm.
in our age bracket, the authority figure. It was just hard to even make sure that we had our, I'm not coming to you respectfully, da 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 da. I'm always, but
Mhm.
it was just hard, and I understand that. What is another? How did you start your healing journey? Because there's so much anger, there's so much going on in the PK world. And how did you start your healing journey? What was the breaking point of you just saying, okay, I got to get away? And what was the start of that?
I think for me, it was a lot of times seeing them out in public, and they would know who
Mm-hmm.
I was. So it's always there. That's Pastor Sidbury's daughter. Whenever I see them,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, me at the time, the response they would get from me was not a great response. And I thought to myself, you know what, Doretta, you're gonna have to put this stuff aside. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to somehow figure out how to get over this piece, knowing that the woman that that they're really against, basically my mom, has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way she handled them was so amazing. I mean, she would still get up and preach. And my
Hmm.
mom has a way of saying things that by the time you get about 2 minutes down the way, you sit there and go, she just told me off in a professional way.
Right,
But
right,
she has a way of doing it. And then later on you're like, oh, whoa, hold on. And so
right.
for me, because she is such a role model to me, that was more of the reason why I finally said, okay, Doretta, you gotta begin to forgive, because
Hmm.
I really want to become and follow and make a legacy for her. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want to be that legacy for her. And so I had to begin by my healing always comes from writing things down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I literally wrote a letter, and it was a letter. If I could deliver it to them, I probably would now, but at the same time, I just needed to write it down, and I needed to walk through everything that I wrote down,
Yeah.
uh, pray about those things. And so that was kind of the reason and why and how I started the journey of healing, because I needed to for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that if I let that stuff fester,
Hmm.
and because of the
Right.
things I've been through in life, I have already planted a new seed. I always tell everybody, when I started over from my hurts, I had to take all those roots and all those dead pieces of, roots and leaves, and I had to just basically replant a seed. And so in
Right.
order for me to replant my seed, I don't need and to feed that seed, I don't need all that other, anger built up
Right.
over some guys that some men that I could care less about. You know what I mean? Because
Right. Right.
moved on and did what she needed to do. And
Yeah,
so
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing. That's so amazing. I appreciate the the vulnerability. Thank you so much for your
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability, and how, and plus, writing is a tool. It's a mechanism that
Absolutely.
people could
Mm-hmm.
use so that I had to do that with my brothers. Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't send it to them, but
Mm-hmm.
I did that with my brothers because there was so much hurt and so much anger towards them and how they treated my parents. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and that's a whole different story. But at the same time, it was a journey where I had to heal
Mm-hmm.
and let things go
Yes.
because
Yes.
I don't know if it's just women or people, but some people they tend to hold things and keep playing the memory of the hurt and
Mm.
keep playing it and keep playing it and keep playing it until they do something crazy.
Yeah. Well,
However,
we're emotional beings anyway.
Yeah.
yes. So it's like, come on. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's so much stuff and there's so much, yes, there's so much pain and there's so much hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but the writing was just to release it all.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
is my feeling, this is how I am,
Yeah.
this is just what I'm trying to do in order to
Right.
get things off of me. And
Mm-hmm.
so that
Mm-hmm.
is, I'm grateful that you said that. It's just the start of everything. Even when your mind gets to a place where stuff can replay,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you've
Oh
gotten over
yeah.
it.
Oh
Yes.
You've
yeah.
gotten over it, and things can come right back up
Mm-hmm.
and be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I need to write this down again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
those triggers. Those triggers.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
those
triggers.
triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh
those
yeah.
triggers that just can be like, oh my God, like
Right.
I know I gotten over this, but I mean, can you? And it's literally it took the grips of God to tell me,
Mm-hmm.
okay, all right, let's get back to Jessica. No, forgive them. Do what you got to do to forgive them, because a
Right.
lot of times the forgiveness is for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
It's
right.
for
Normally the other
you.
people have gone on.
Yeah,
They
that's right.
can sleep at night.
Exactly.
They can have dreams. They
Yeah.
go on to be
Right.
successful.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't thinking about that.
Right.
But you in your finite mind be like, you don't know what you did to me.
So
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I want to know what you know. Anyway, but at the same time, it's just you. People have to understand that yes, writing is like at least the number
It's a
one.
good
If you
tool.
don't have a
Mm-hmm.
therapist, if you don't have things to do, if you don't have those things,
Mm-hmm.
Those
writing is the
resources,
number
yeah.
one thing that you could do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is.
Absolutely.
It releases you release the anger, you release the things. It's just the number one, at least the number one thing that you can do.
Right.
There's other things, but at least to me,
Mhm.
Jessica 101, writing is the number one thing. So, but that
It's a
is
good
amazing.
thing. Yeah.
And it feels good when you release it.
Yeah,
When you feel free from all those things, and just like you said, they're walking on, and some of them are probably
yeah,
dead, honestly. But
Right.
absolutely
Right.
it's
gone.
yeah, it's just like it's not even worth it. And
It's not worth it.
Not worth my energy.
hmm I
Not
mean,
even.
That's a
even
lot.
even sometimes though, even as a little child, sometimes I'd be a little spicy in the church because
Mhm.
I
Mm-hmm.
knew what they were doing, and my mom, you better shut your mouth.
Hush it up.
Yeah, sometimes I get a little spicy up in there, when I
Yeah,
see what they're doing. But yeah,
yeah.
I see the results of my mother. My mother is she's currently in a rehabilitation center. We just found out mom has a tumor.
Oh
And,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
and so mom has but mom was expected with a tumor to only live for 4 months, and mom has lived a year now.
My God.
Mom has
Come
been through
on.
mom done fell and broke her hip.
Yeah.
Mom through a surgery. And
Wow.
I said, you just take a licking and keep on ticking. And
Yeah.
Right.
we believe that's because she obeyed God, number one. And she has always, like I said, she's 102, but she
Hmm.
has
Mm-hmm.
also been a, I don't know, she's just been a giver, she's been a lover, she's been just an amazing woman and a
Mm-hmm.
role model to me.
Yeah.
And every day, I find myself getting more and more like her. Some
Mm.
I think a little worse though, because yeah, when it comes
I
to the math,
understand.
I gotta sit and pray a little bit before I speak on things, or even seeing,
Right.
even knowing if it's even worth speaking on at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And what an amazing life to live,
Mm-hmm.
even
Mm-hmm.
even as the first. African American female pastor in a Baptist community.
Mhm.
That
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. Number one. Number two, I mean, let me that's number two. Number one is
Mm-hmm.
receiving the call
Yes.
that
Right.
and pushed forward and did not blink an eye saying, okay, God, and obeying the
Saying yes, right.
obedience.
Mm-hmm.
That's what causes you to have a long life,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
is
Right.
obeying what God told you to do, even the stuff that people disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
And the things that people are
Absolutely.
putting in your
There are
ear.
things, yeah, she would. I mean, if you understand, there were people that taught. There was women that taught Paul
Mm-hmm.
how to
Mm-hmm.
preach the gospel.
Right.
Read your Bible, you will understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were women that taught Paul how to do the gospel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So don't even try. Don't even get me started on that.
Right.
But
Right.
that is just amazing. What an amazing life to live, to
So a
push
good
past
legacy. Yeah.
and be a trailblazer in the community and preaching Jesus and doing what it
Right.
and doing what God called her to do. That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even to fight through that, even to go against the grain, go against what people were saying and be obedient to God.
The blessing.
That
Mm.
is a tremendous blessing. That's no
That's
wonder
what
why
she'll
God
always remember too.
say it again.
It's crazy because that's something she will always remember, even with the tumor.
Yeah.
We were in her room the other day at the hospital at the rehab center, and she's telling the story. Now
Wow.
she'll forget everything else,
Yeah.
but she remembers what she dealt with.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she uses her story to encourage us to keep going. And so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always in there making sure I'm in tune to what she's saying and what she's,
Yeah.
what she's saying to us. And I tell my boys too the same thing. Listen to what she's saying.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
Right.
saying is, it means a lot. So
Yeah. I hope y'all are
it's,
recording.
oh yeah, I got a bunch
Okay.
of record. I got a bunch of
Yeah.
them.
I'm so thankful that, with my grandmother passing
Hmm.
last year, and just spending time with her
Hmm.
with these things. Now, y'all can say that the devil and all that, these devices that we have and we spend so much money on.
Mm-hmm.
Take the time to, number one, spend time with the elderly saints,
Yeah.
Yes.
because they give you little nuggets and little tidbits
Oh
that,
yes.
honey, you can push play,
Yeah.
and whether they are still here or they have gone on to be with the Lord, you're able to hear their voice and how they overcame
Right.
situations as
Right.
encouragement. So yeah, make sure y'all recording,
Oh yes.
because
Sure. I
That
definitely have
absolutely
recorded.
that it's a blessing. Yeah.
is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing to even be in the room of a trailblazer like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And still remembering,
Hmm.
Yeah.
you may not, but just still remembering the
Mm-hmm.
things that she went through and still remembering that, yeah, I preached Jesus. Listen,
Right.
Oh yeah.
I
Right.
did what I had to do. Now
Yes.
you keep going.
Oh yeah.
It's
Right.
your turn. It's your time now. So I
Yeah.
I get that. That's amazing. Now, is the church still going on, or is it
Yeah, the church is still going on. The
okay?
pastor now, his name is Pastor Leroy Redding.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for a little bit,
Okay.
but it was kind of time for me to journey on because I do believe that my mission is to come back to missionary. That's the name of the
Mm-hmm.
church. Um, and I think sometimes we have to journey off and
Yeah.
come
Come
back.
back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Understood.
do believe where
Absolutely.
I am now is going to bring me back to missionary. I do believe
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I'm gone for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have
Understood.
it's been prophesied and I believe that. I went back
Mm-hmm.
to missionary a couple of Sundays ago and for him, in the beginning he was angry again, that expectation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
expectation is I'm supposed to stay because I'm the emeritus pastor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but sometimes we gotta step out and do what we gotta do. We just gotta,
Right.
Absolutely.
and so I had to do it. And
Yeah.
um, I do believe, like I said, when I came back, he told me, he said, I was angry at first. And in my head, I was thinking, oh, well,
Right. Right. Right.
well, I got to do what I got to do. But at
Right.
the same time, he said, but I know why you left. He said, God
Yeah.
told me. He said, and I know that you'll be back. And I said, I definitely will. I know that I will be.
Mhm.
I don't know in what capacity. I don't know if it's been prophesied that my son will be a pastor, my son Franklin.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I'll be back supporting him. I don't know if I'll be there continuing the pastor to be the pastor before him. I don't know what
Right.
God has in store, but I know that He has something in store and that I will be back.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's
I think,
amazing. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think it's just, we talked about this last week is our assignments
Hmm.
and our calling might not look like what our parents'
Hmm.
calling and assignments look like.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people, those unspoken expectations that people have of us as PKs, it's like, oh no, your mom or dad preaches, so you gonna preach.
Hmm.
Well, that's probably not gonna be everyone's story.
Right.
It would be great, it would be ideal,
Hmm.
but that's not everyone's story. And
Exactly. Exactly.
I most definitely was like, y'all not gonna put that expectation on me.
Exactly.
Now, if God says it's, that's something different. But
Mhm.
you, as man, as flesh, you're not gonna put that expectation on me just
Ab-
because my parents are doing something does not necessarily mean that I'm going to do exactly what they're doing. And
Exactly.
it's okay. And that's like, to all PKs. And I think sometimes with these expectations that are put upon us, some of us give into it, and sometimes that's not our calling,
Hmm.
is
I
to
was
take
one
on
that
the
did.
mantle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I
Absolutely.
think that people, I think us as PKs understand that it's okay to go.
Hmm.
It's
Yep.
okay to take us, like, listen, anytime that if you read in the Bible, when Jesus told him to do something, he went away from his disciples to either
Mm-hmm.
pray or to do something, and then came back and told them a command. Anytime he did that, he went away. And it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to go away
To
and
go
take
away.
center yourself, and it's okay to do that.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Don't let anybody tell you anything different. It's okay
Right.
to go away. It's okay to feel like, okay, let me think about this for a minute. Let me ponder this. Let me go to God. Let me go into my own prayer closet. Let me go into what I need to do in order
Mm-hmm.
to do what God told me to do. And
Hmm.
it's okay to do that.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
It's totally fine to do that.
It is.
Just like Tasha was saying, you have your own ministry. It may not be,
Mm-hmm.
if we were all preaching, this would be a boring world,
Hmm.
Boring.
That's right.
because he called
That's
Mm-hmm.
some pastors, some teachers, some preachers. Some, it's for the perfecting of the ministry. It's not
Right.
just it's
yeah.
not just preaching. It's
Right.
preaching. It's not just preaching. It's hospitality. It's not just preaching. It's
Right.
outreach. It's not just preaching.
Right.
Right.
It's
Right.
not just that. And it's a whole lot of things. It's a whole lot of offices in the church that we need.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, the preaching is just not just that. That is at least 5%.
Hmm.
I mean, even lower than that.
Right. Right. We'll
Five
say
percent
5%.
of
Right.
what needs to be done in the community in the community to reach other people to come to Christ. So preaching is just not. It's just this
It's
is
not the
so.
only thing.
It's just not the only
It's
thing.
not the only thing. Right.
That's right.
There's so many things that need to happen. If you are in the hospitality community or a committee or whatever, then do that. If
Right.
that's what God calls you to do,
Right.
listen, I'd rather be a doorkeeper.
Come on. Yep. Yep.
I'd rather be a doorkeeper.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not this just preaching is just not, it's
It's
low
not.
on the list.
It's not the only thing that's on
It's
there
not the
that we need to
only
do.
thing.
Yeah.
So we have to got to understand that it's okay to go away. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
to to take a sabbatical. Let me take a time to myself. It's
Right.
okay to do all of that.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
sorry.
the generation of where my kids are in their mid 20s, well, early to mid, well,
Lord Jesus.
oldest one is
Yeah.
26. So when I look at them, I think they had a lot of inspiration with me because with that generation, if they know something's not for them, they will walk out. And they
They're
kept,
not doing it.
oh, they're not. And they
Yeah.
kept telling me, Mom, we just can't do this at the church.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't do it. And so they went on and found a church before I did, which was
Mm-hmm.
something. But
Right.
yeah, some of the things that we, experience, and that some of our pastors that, and no, I'm not saying this to be rude or mean, but some of our pastors that are in this baby boomer era, uh,
Mm-hmm.
they've got to really step back and look at some things, and who they are not reaching, uh,
Mm-hmm.
as far as this generation. And so I will say this, like I said, Mom was one that loved kids. She loved
Mm-hmm.
young people. She loved the homeless. She loved anybody that walked in that door. So one thing
Right.
about her is that she did honor and respect people, and she welcomed them, um, as Christ would do. And so
Right.
she is one that I gotta shout out because, like I said, she was a little different than a lot of our baby boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
that's we had said that too a couple weeks ago was we have to, especially not just the baby boomers, it's other generations after that as
Mm-hmm,
well. We
hmm.
have to understand that what may have worked, the methods that have worked for
Yep.
us
Hmm.
growing up,
Yep.
mhm, completely.
9 times out of 10 ain't working. And yes, I said ain't working for this generation.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
So the whole, how we grew up is, you to be seen, not heard. That's
Hmm.
not working for this generation.
That's right.
Do as I say,
Not as I.
not as I do. That
Mhm.
definitely ain't working for this
No.
Mm,
generation.
No. No.
So I think, with the times and with the generations progressing how they are, and we have to change our methods, those who are still in the church. And so what, we found like great. So I say definitely me and Jess. Doretta's a tad bit older than we are, but for me and Jess, Ty Tribbett was it. Like, and,
mm,
they was looking at us like Ty Tribbett, but then now the kids now are like, "Who's Ty Tribbett?"
You're right. Right.
Right? So
yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Only imagine. They're like, who is John P. Key from here?
Right. They know Uncle Kirk because Uncle Kirk, he stay relevant.
Everywhere.
So they
Mhm.
just think he's 20 some years old. We're like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not.
Yeah. So.
But they'll keep in connection with Uncle Kirk. But the rest of them, they like, now who's that? Oh, no,
Yeah.
what? So it's
Exactly.
like you have to progress, and not saying anything is wrong with
Right.
how we were raised or how
Hmm.
the baby boomers, how they were doing
Mhm.
things.
Right.
It's just not working
Right.
to keep
Right.
our kids in
It's not.
church
It's not.
Absolutely.
now.
It's
Absolutely.
not. And
It's
CNN came
not.
out with a CNN had a story. I'm gonna try to find it. But they had a story that came out on young people, and they said that right now that this new generation has an idea. They have an idea that Jesus exists, but they want to know more.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
what is, I mean, this is not what a better time now
Right.
to
right.
Right.
teach them, and
Yeah.
so that was one of the reasons why I had to step away, because that young people are my calling.
Hmm.
Right.
So that was one of the reasons I had to step away from my church, is because I had kids that I was bringing, and I'm just being very transparent.
Mm-hmm.
I was bringing, and they would come at the end of the service. They would say, "Why is he holding his ear?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Honey, you know what? I can't even tell you why he's holding his ear.
Right. Right.
Hear him
Right.
say hoop or do whatever he's gonna do." But I
Right.
mean, it was a lot of questions, and so
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
they weren't understanding, and so a lot
Yes.
of them lost interest in even coming to church with me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I had to find a space where I can bring, because I'm responsible for those
Yeah.
babies,
Right.
and so I
Right.
had to find a space that I could bring them and also grow myself.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that was kind of the thing with me, is I'm really wanting to make sure that I'm reaching this generation, this new
Right.
generation, something special. Let me tell you,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are.
special,
Something special.
They
And
are.
very.
they don't understand, we had the honor and privilege being raised in church, so
Mhm.
we understand the hooping, the hollering.
Mhm.
Yes,
We
yes.
know when the drummer and the organist,
Hmm.
they're with the preacher, and
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
and said
Right.
da da da
Mhm.
da da. We
Yes.
understand all the running around the church, but this generation, because their parents didn't bring them to church, or if
Mhm.
they did bring them to church, it was like Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter,
Yeah.
that type of deal. they don't understand or know the traditions
No.
Right.
of the church. And this generation is all about facts. And how did you apply it to your life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So they actually, I've said this before, and I tell a lot of parents in these nowadays, I'm like, your kids now, they're not asking why to be disrespectful. They're
Mm-mm.
asking why for understanding.
That's right. That's
It's,
right.
it's not a why, why I got to do that. No, it's actually, no, why do I have to do that? If it
Yeah.
said that this is a sin, show me that in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And then how you applying that to your life?
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
if you say I can't fornicate, now where it say that in the Bible, and then why you got Uncle Johnny and then Uncle Bubba, and
Mm-hmm.
then they coming through at 12 a.m.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this the Y generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
And it's not
They
for
definitely.
any disrespect, it is for understanding and clarity.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep. And
That's
I
right.
always say that a lot of traditions of the church that don't glorify God
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
should be just, you should be done. It should be done. Like,
Yeah.
That's,
this is
that's
this
right.
is this is not the time. If it's not glorifying God,
Right.
then it's it. That's it.
Right.
And when we, if we just exude Jesus, because we may be the only epistle, the only living Bible
Hmm.
that people see. People
Yeah.
may
Correct.
not even pick up a Bible,
Yeah. Yeah.
pick up something. So we have to understand that we have to be the example, but also be real,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't, and you can't judge. Who are going? Listen, who's going to pick up your fruit?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's going to walk past you and say,
Right.
"Oh, let me get this orange right here." Who's going to
Mm-hmm.
pick up your fruit?
Yeah.
Right.
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 Good.
Who's going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't be judgy. We don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody in.
Nope.
We do not. We do.
Nope.
No, no, we don't.
Nope.
And so we have to understand that this is the God's way is God's way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if we're going to help people, if we're going to help young people understand this, we got
Right.
to live this life.
We
Yeah.
do. That's
We got
right.
to live this life.
That's
And
right.
if make a decision, commit
Mhm.
or don't commit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Period.
That's what one of the things that Jesus told us to do
Yeah.
is you
Period.
choose ye this day who you
Who?
serve.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because you can't serve God and mammon. You
Mm-hmm.
Right.
can't do both.
Can't do both.
That's right.
Can't do both.
So
Yeah.
you got to choose and
Mm-hmm.
make a decision and stick to that decision
Mm-hmm.
because these young people see you.
They do.
Hmm.
They do.
They
They
don't miss nothing.
they don't miss nothing. They see you and they will tell you about you.
Mm-hmm.
And honey, they're good discerners. They ain't never heard discernment ever in their life. But they're good discerners,
That's
They're
right.
honey.
They are. Yes, they are. They
They're
they're
are.
good discerners.
they're
And they
they're
know when you not
right, and they are really smart,
doing what you say.
Yeah. That's
very smart, very articulate,
Yeah.
very like tuned. Like, oh,
Yeah.
so you told me not to do this. I'm gonna go through the back door of what you told me not to
Right.
do.
Right.
Like that's literally, I'm gonna find another way to be
Hmm.
strategic in this plan.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're smart.
They are very smart,
They're very smart.
but we have to catch them right. If they want to know more,
Yeah.
let's give them more.
Right.
Got to. It's so important. It's
It's
Yeah.
very
whew, it's
important.
yeah. I was
Listen,
just
this life may not be easy, but understand this: with the Lord on your side, there is so much
Right.
better. It is so much
Right.
better. But anyway,
that's right. I was telling Tasha, my boys, they're very just like you said, they discern everything. Even in I don't even remember what generation they are, but they were again I told this story to Tasha. I had told them, I said, hey, I said, let's try one more time. Let's try to make it work, Let's try to, let's try to see what we can do to stay here.
Hmm.
And so anyway, I said go to one of the prayer breakfasts for the men. They were doing like a prayer breakfast at the church on Saturdays for just the men. And so my boys went, and when I tell you they walked in the door, and the first thing that one of the
what is
deacons
it?
said to them was, take your hat off, right? Now, I have to say this. Okay, my boys were raised knowing that we do not wear hats. You don't wear hats inside of,
Mhm.
right? But they're also is that generation to where if their hair is not cut, my boys are going to put a hat on. They just
Mhm.
they'll just put a
Yeah.
hat on. They're not going to walk around with their hair looking, they're just going to
Right.
put
Anyway.
it looks
Mhm.
decent. It just looks decent. And so, they had he yelled at them, take your hat off. And so my thing is the first thing that I would have probably said was welcome.
Mhm.
Thank you for coming. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
instead it was take your hat off. And I mean it was literally said to them just like that.
Right.
And so I was just
Mhm.
like, wow, like I don't know. I just feel like we gotta do better. We
We
got to do
do.
better
Yeah. We
in
do.
reaching them. We just got to do better.
Yeah.
Because if my boys weren't boys that had already been in church, the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, they would have never came back.
Never. And that would have been a
Never
cuss out.
came.
Let's go ahead and tell the truth. That would have
Yeah.
been a cuss out.
Oh
With
yes, for
these
sure.
kids nowadays would have been a
Mhm.
cuss out.
Oh yes,
Mm-hmm.
it would.
And then
It
the first
would.
thing we want to say is this generation is so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pump the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
How are we approaching them?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
How are we approaching them? So yeah, that's crazy though. So
It is.
that kind of segues into like, what have you been doing, Doretta? Of course I know. But what are you doing out there in the community? Because you're very community driven. That's one of your purpose and calling, especially with your nonprofit.
Yeah.
So what are you doing there?
Um, Currently I have a nonprofit, Thelma's Dream, which is named after my mom. And it is the mission to follow her legacy. And because mom also did ministry with jail ministry with women,
Mm-hmm.
worked with children, youth in the community. I mean, mom has done everything. And so it's really, Thelma's Dream is really following her legacy and just keeping that mission going. And so that's what I continue to do. And then the other thing that I'm actually a social services director for Salvation Army Red Shield.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another way that I get to also, you know, push through and keep the calling because
Mm-hmm.
Salvation Army is a faith-based organization. So one thing that I love that I do get to do is I get to pray for people when they walk in that door.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
ask them, can I pray for you? We get a lot of people in there that are losing their houses. I mean, just
Mm-hmm.
they just lost hope. And so a lot of times I get an opportunity there to minister. And that's what I really love is that I actually get to minister to people and pray with them. The other thing that I do is I'm also a pageant queen. So I've won Colorado. I was a state queen for Colorado. I won actually last year, and then I
Yep.
won in this year. Last year I won 52, or year before last I was Miss 5280, and then
Mm-hmm.
that last year I was Miss Colorado, and then I went on to nationals to win the national title as Miss All World Beauties Elite. So
Mm-hmm.
now I am a national pageant queen, and I'm hoping to with that platform, I basically wanted my platform to be vitiligo awareness, to focus on vitiligo awareness, and with that, it's been great because I have been able to attend national conferences. I've gotten to meet so many people with vitiligo in Hawaii and China, all
Oh,
over the
Yeah.
world. I've also been able to talk to people that right here in Colorado, in Denver, that have vitiligo that are struggling with taking their makeup off, or
Mm-hmm.
and they may not be ready for that yet, which is okay. So that's another opportunity. That's another thing that I do. Gosh, what else do I do?
a lot.
Yeah, we have a group called and chosen. I sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I do a lot of things, and I really am grateful to be able to utilize the gifts that God has given me to
Yes.
Yeah.
to minister to people in those many ways. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's amazing.
how has the platform for the pageantry,
Mhm.
how has that impacted you and just your stance with vitiligo? So, and then explain what vitiligo is, because some people might not know what vitiligo is.
Okay, vitiligo is an autoimmune. I don't want to say disease because then it makes
Mm-hmm.
it just like I'm a diseased person. But
Right.
it's a autoimmune disorder
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that my vitiligo came from my real mother. So my mom, Pastor Thelma Sidbury, is really my aunt. But
Mm-hmm.
because she raised me from birth, I call her my mom. Not from birth,
Mm-hmm.
but from 3 months old, you might as well
Yeah.
say. My real mother had leukemia. And so she was, I don't know the medications they were giving her. I don't know what was going on, but I do believe that a lot of that
And
came
so.
from her leukemia when I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with vitiligo, I basically covered it for some time. I just, my stepmother, when my dad remarried, kind of made me feel like I had to cover my vitiligo because she
Wow.
actually traveled to Colorado to meet me when he remarried, and she brought some makeup. When I talked to her on the phone, she said, "I'm gonna put some makeup on you." And for me, I kind of thought, "Oh, she's just gonna put on, um, some lip gloss or eyeliner,
Mm-hmm.
whatever." I'm thinking that's what she's gonna do, but no, she covered up my spots, and so I don't think she did
Wow.
this. I don't think she did this. Knowing it was going to affect me, but when she
Mm-hmm.
put the makeup on me, she put foundation all over my face, and then she showed me in a mirror, look, 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 now you're beautiful. Now you're beautiful. So like those
Wow.
those three words, now you're beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
key words, okay, would
Mm-hmm.
affect me for the rest of my life until I turned 40, 44, 45,
Mm-hmm.
because I began covering up my vitiligo until that time. So
Mm-hmm.
when I started working with youth, I decided that if I'm trying to teach young ladies to love who they are, then I need to step out and take this makeup off and be who I am. And so
Absolutely.
I actually, with my girls at the rec center, we actually got together and did a video. And I walked out of my home. I decided I was going to take the makeup off and just walk out boldly.
Mm-hmm.
I did, and I came to the rec center, and all the kids kind of looked, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful!"
Mm-hmm.
I decided then to do a video, and so we did. You remember those videos where everybody was holding the signs,
Yep.
and they get another sign,
Yeah.
another,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I made a video. The video went viral, which was amazing because then I met other people with vitiligo in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
that's linked with the National Vitiligo Awareness.
Awareness.
Yes, because I met them through that video. So it's been a
Wow.
journey. You couldn't even tell me nothing now. I don't even know I have vitiligo, y'all, because
Right, right.
Girl.
I walk around
Beautiful.
like everybody else does, and
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't even. If I turn white, then I turn white
Right,
because I'm
right.
whiter by the year. I am.
Girl.
I really am. I'm getting whiter by the year, but I said if I do, you know,
So
I'll just
be it.
yeah, that's it.
So be it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Doretta has always been beautiful.
Always.
Makeup, no makeup, child. Baby, I
And
done seen Doretta with the 90s hair, asymmetrical hair, long hair, curly hair, short hair. I done seen
finger
her with
waves,
finger, oh,
tresses,
honey, the finger waves,
the
a
rods.
good swoop, honey.
Yes,
The SWV
kitten
bang,
curls,
short on the side,
waterfalls.
waterfalls. I
Oh my
mean, we were
God.
just
I
talking
haven't
about,
heard that in a minute.
yeah, we were just talking about pumping up spritz, baby. She had
Oh
it
my,
Yep.
all.
yep,
And Marcel curling irons, honey.
that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Marcel. Oh my goodness.
She's had it all. Um, but that is never like once again, she told you how old she is.
Mhm.
We moved here when I was 7, so I think it wasn't too much after that we met Doretta and Nathaniel and the rest of
And
the
mom, you
gang.
came to Michigan.
Um, yeah,
We met you guys when you guys were at Redeeming Love,
yep,
and then
yep,
you came to Missionary, and ever since then
yep,
that's been it.
yeah. That
So,
that has been it.
hmm
So Doretta has a ton of things going on, and I just think it's people, it's not everyone's calling to deal with the children and youth, but somebody got to do it, and somebody with good sense got to do it.
Has the grace to do it.
I
That
agree.
part.
I agree.
And if we think that, just telling the youth, the children, youth, oh, come to my church, come to my church. No, not this generation. They want to see you first, and they're
Mhm.
gonna see how you act with them.
That's right. That's
before
right.
they even darken the doorstep of your church
Mm-hmm.
and come in your doorway. They're going to see how you treat them. And so, you know, I'm always applauding Doretta, seeing however I can help and support with her different things that she does with the youth and the children, because we need, if we don't bring our children and youth in
Yep.
the church is going to be on a shutdown.
It is.
I
Absolutely.
ain't saying God is, but the church, because we are not going out there and compelling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Bible tells us to do, is to
Mm-hmm.
go out and
Yeah.
compel. And
That's
that
right.
may look like you getting on a basketball court with these kids.
Mm-hmm.
It may look like you having an ice cream social with
Mm-hmm.
these
Mm-hmm.
kids, or
Mm-hmm.
going to the local recreation center. Whatever it may look like, it may look different than what was for us.
Yep.
That
Right.
we told, we had youth meetings Wednesdays. Bring your friends. Great. Brought my friends. These days, them kids will be like, okay,
Yeah.
call me when you get done.
Yeah.
Call me when you get done. But they want to see what kind of life that
Yeah.
you are living
Right.
That's right.
and
And
how transparent you're going to
Mhm.
be.
That's
Right.
right. And you
Right.
also have to make sure that, for me, because I have been through, well, I might as well say now I'm in another, I was actually coming up or working with kids in my boys' generation. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have noticed just from them, from their time to now, it's totally different. So I
Yeah.
encourage anyone that's working in those spaces to make sure that they are in spaces where they're creating a knowledge of just the times and when times change like
Mm-hmm.
that. I've learned that um I can still be old school with these kids. I can't be too
Mm-hmm.
old school though. I gotta still
Right.
meet them where they are. But as
Right.
far as my ways of talking to them and disciplining them,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
still use those, those techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a
Yeah.
lot of the techniques I use with my boys' generation, I can't use with this generation.
No.
They're a little bit different. But
Mm-hmm.
I encourage anybody that's working with, like I said, working with young people, to make sure that you are um, making time to learn more about these generations as they change like that, because it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely different. It's definitely
Definitely.
different.
Definitely different. And we have to educate ourselves as an older generation
Mm-hmm.
about what this new generation, lingo,
Hmm.
conversation, learn it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
what may be disrespectful to you is not disrespectful to them.
Hmm.
And you have
Absolutely.
to come to some kind of medium with these kids so they can understand you and you can understand them. That's if you want to be effective and have young people in your church.
That's right. You have to. It's
Mm-hmm.
because
Period.
they have that, their brain development, for one. Well, the brain development is for, it's the same with everybody, but with this
Right.
generation, they are more sporadic than any generation I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
When I say
Mm-hmm.
sporadic, they are sporadic, and so
Mm-hmm.
for them, it's when that chemical hits, whatever that chemical is that hits that
Mm-hmm.
brain, you get reactions.
Yeah.
It's react. We react, and so.
Automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Automatic reaction.
And so that, for
Absolutely.
me, I had to learn that it's a little different, but
Yeah.
I believe God is going. He's going to guide me through, and we'll get through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what
That's
would you say? What would be some like words of encouragement that you would give to our fellow PKs who are conflicted,
Mm-hmm.
being in church, not being in church, going somewhere else to worship, staying where your parents are still the pastors? What in words of encouragement do you have to our fellow PKs?
my encouragement that I would give is to make sure that you are in tune to what God has for you to do. Um, I mean, if you have to leave, leave. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
left. So just make sure that you are growing and building that relationship with God, because anything that you do, no matter, we're not perfect. So no matter if you go off on the deep end, or whether you leave church for a little bit. I mean, it's life. I'm being
Mm-hmm.
very transparent.
Mm-hmm.
The things that happen with me. So we're not perfect, but I just ask that you make sure that you still have that relationship with God, because He will preserve you.
Yeah.
He will preserve you. He will bring everything back.
Mm-hmm.
You thought, you know what I mean? I left for a while, even when I wasn't in church,
Mm-hmm.
doing my own thing, doing whatever, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. But
Right, right.
it's life, and those are
Yeah.
the things that happen. And so we're not perfect, but I say make sure that you, like I said, keep that relationship with God, because He will lead and guide you to where you need to go. I'm so glad
Mm-hmm.
I kept that relationship, even when He was watching me doing some of the stuff I was doing. I said, Lord have mercy, God, I should be ashamed. But guess what? He
Lord, I
was still
thank you.
there. He was still there. What does that
Lord, I
song say? He
thank
was
you.
there all the time, waiting.
Right.
He was there.
Waiting patiently, huh?
Yes, he was there all the time. And so I thank God that he was there all the time. And I just
Yeah.
again encourage you to make sure and know that he's there all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's
That's a
amazing.
good word. That's a good word.
This
You
Russian
got, and
is
that is,
hard.
it's just, it's so much. We think religion is, affiliated with us being a member of one church, or we got to be members of our parents'
Hmm.
church. And
Hmm.
necessarily, that's not everyone's story.
Hmm.
And that's not the journey that God has for every PK, is to stay at your parents' church. You got to do what God says.
That's
And if
right.
that means go away for a time, or it might not even be a time that you come back. If it
Hmm.
means going away and going somewhere else for a
Hmm.
membership to get fed,
That's
that is
right.
fine.
Hmm.
That's right.
That
Hmm.
is fine. It's either going to be you're going to obey God or you're going to obey man.
Hmm. And you mentioned religion, and just focus on relationship.
That
Hmm.
part.
Basically is what it is. It's religious to do some of the
Yeah.
things we've had to do. It's been religious, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so just making sure that you're focusing on relationship and not worrying about what other people think or say.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest part as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Doing what God says.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way to
Yep.
go.
Yep.
We're gonna have to get you back on so you could talk about your personal story, just
Mm-hmm.
with, your mom, dad, how you got out here to Colorado. A lot of people don't
Really.
know that Brother Sidbury is most definitely your mother. She's not your
Mm-hmm.
biological mother. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
But you have a whole testimony,
Mm-hmm.
child.
He's my aunt.
We gotta do Doretta in like 3 parts. Cause when I say she got a testimony,
It's amazing.
Man.
we
Oh
ain't
my
even talked about the
goodness.
coma.
Oh, I know. Sure haven't.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Honey.
Do
Doretta
a
got,
three-part series.
yeah, it's a three
Yeah.
part series
Ooh,
just with Doretta only,
man,
honey.
man.
Just
Mm,
with
mm,
Doretta only. So we're gonna have to bring her back in August for the
yeah,
part 2.
definitely.
For the part 2, because she has, when I say a testimony, child.
Hmm.
A big testimony.
I can
So
truly say
that
that.
I've been blessed, honey.
I got a testimony
I got a big
for sure.
testimony. Yeah.
We don't own the
I
rights to that song.
Go ahead.
I said we don't own the rights to that song.
Yeah, go ahead and say that, because they ain't coming after us. We ain't paying for
Nope.
no song. Praise God. Look, Doretta, I love you. Thank
Yes.
you so
Thank you
much
so much. Love you
for
so much.
coming on, giving us your courageous conversation about your journey as a PK. Um, Tell us what you got. Thelma's dream.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Also work for Salvation Army Red Shield, and so we
Yep.
also, for anybody that needs assistance with energy. Well, I process Energy Outreach Colorado for anybody that needs help with their Excel Energy bill. Um,
Nice.
and then also on this coming Sunday, July the 27th, I'll be doing a backpack resource fair giveaway. I'll be giving away 450 backpacks. Plus, I just had a realty company reach out to me and they want to sponsor more backpacks and school supplies.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, send people my way. Sunday, July the 27th is from 1 to
Nice.
4.
Okay.
Uh, I'll have resources there, all kinds of things, entertainment. Yeah.
Yes. Please send us the flyer. Put it in
Yeah.
the um, group page for
Okay.
PKs too, as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can continue to spread the word because everybody needs a little resource and help.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
And these people with kids nowadays, I don't know how y'all doing it. Praise God. With
Yes.
the help of the Lord, get
Yes.
these backpacks, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Get these
Yes.
backpacks. All right, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. You know how we end when somebody crosses your mind. Reach out to them. Let them know how you was thinking about them. Jess, what you got?
I'm just full. I'm sorry. I don't have much of anything, but I am full. I'm grateful. Thank you so much, Doretta, to come on. I
Thank
appreciate your story and your experience.
Yes,
You are a trailblazer as well, and we thank God for you.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, Toodle. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Our fellow PKs will be back next Monday for Courageous Conversation on Monday Moments with PKs. We love y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Deuces.
Bye.